aka Techie Supreme, your supreme source on all things tech. And today we will be talking about a blast from the past. So the other day I was going through some boxes in my junk room and I discovered these two bad boys. So these are two Sony Xperia devices from 2015. They were literally sealed in a box that I got from a job that I worked at years ago, and I literally thought it was a different product and never opened the box and thought it was a totally different device. And when I finally opened the box, I realized what it was, and I don't even remember the correspondence. I don't remember exactly how I came to get these devices, but I have these devices. And then when I turned them on and started kind of figuring out what they were, I thought it was pretty interesting, and I thought I would do a video on them just because of the time that we're in. I think it's pretty interesting because we've got a new operating system coming out, and just to kind of compare the old to the new. And it just kind of got my brain churning and just kind of thinking about how the software has changed over the years, and even kind of how the industry has changed over the years, and even how my view of everything has changed over the years. So we're just gonna dive into what these devices are first and foremost, and then we will talk about the details and get into it. So and we'll do a little bit of a comparison as well. So we've got this device, and they're pretty similar. They are pretty similar. They're in the same, obviously in the same device family. They pretty much look the same, just in terms of color, but they are a little bit different in terms of grade. So this is the Sony Xperia X, and this is the Sony Xperia X Performance. So this one is a little bit more mid-range, and this is a little bit more high-end. The major difference is pretty much processor and battery. And I don't know, I didn't, in terms of my research, I didn't really look up the price, but just in terms of specs, that's the biggest difference. They pretty much have the same camera and the same RAM and hardware, the same internal storage and things like that. And like I said, in terms of design and things like that, they are fairly identical. Even the color, even though these are different colors, the colors that were available at that time were pretty much the same. And to see how throwback they are, these are micro USB devices, not USB-C. These came out, the international versions came out in 2015, and the US versions came out in 2016. So that is, okay, so I'm gonna have to count on my fingers. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So like that was 6 years ago. So that's like, that's okay, that's more than half a century ago, guys. These are, you know, we've got some old guys here. So the software that these devices run is Android 6.0 Marshmallow. So again, and like for me, I feel like a lot of people who are in like tech media and who've been in tech media for a long time have we really kind of always nerded out about the launches, about the software launches in particular. We wrote a million stories, and even like the people who did videos about tech back in the day. People probably did videos about what's the nickname gonna be, and that's not, things like that are not there anymore, and so things like that. So this is something that's kind of, even for me, it's very nostalgic, and it's kind of it's kind of pretty cool. But we'll take a look at this. Is just hopefully we can just take a look, but I want to do a flat surface comparison, but that's just a general look. Pretty simple. It's like, I feel like, doesn't it, it's like a relic from a different time. And like I said, the other one, that is the other one. This is the Xperia X. This is the Xperia X, but same look. They look the same. They look the same. But like I said, I'll just pull up Google Play services. Like I said, I think it's really interesting. The one thing that immediately stood out to me was that we had Google Play Music instead of YouTube Music. Like I said, well, we can kind of dive into just kind of the general you can kind of just see the general spread for the OnePlus 9. It's nothing too fancy over here. This is a standard updated Android 11. I don't have any kind of updates for like Android 12 updates for this right now. I know like right now, obviously we don't have the complete update for Android 12 as yet. It's just still kind of the official, kind of like the official developer version, but it's not the official release version that is available, kind of the developer's version that's out for people to use, to create with. So like companies and things like that can use that. But I will show you the settings. We can kind of do a little bit of a close-up. I'll show you our settings about phone. Oh gosh, I wonder if I could do it. How does it work? How does it work? I died. Clearly I suck. Hold on. Hey. We're not good at this. Okay. I don't think I've actually ever done the marshmallow one. We are not good at this. Hold on. No, we're not good at off screen either. One more time, and two more times. Last time. All right, we suck. All right, so that's the one of the tricks. I don't know if I've never actually tried to see, is there? We're not even gonna get into that. So that is one of the Easter eggs. I don't know if they still do anything like that. I'll tinker with that later if there's any Easter eggs on the new versions. After they stopped doing nicknames, I stopped looking for the Easter eggs. But that was one of the old school things. So I don't know if they actually still do that. That was kind of one of the fun things about the Easter eggs and the whole marshmallow thing. Like I said, that was kind of one of the things that used to make us really excited. We used to write about what the nickname was gonna be, and that used to be kind of like things like that used to be like hidden in the code. So the code name would be in the Android code, and we would find like macadamia nut cookie, and everybody would write stories about that. Knowing full well that's not the name. I'm like, nobody is gonna say Android macadamia nut cookie. That's not the name. But yeah. But again, I'm just kind of scrolling up and down for you guys' benefit. But like I said, what I wanted to focus on was Google Play services. And like I said, a lot of it in terms of just kind of the overall design is very similar. And I recently rebooted this OnePlus 9, so this is kind of like freshly reset. So this is the style, so you can kind of just see how the overall Android design, hasn't really changed. You've still got, your home screen is the same. And what I really wanted to point out was the Google Play services. Like I said, the device that I was originally looking for in the box was a device that no longer uses Google Play services. So it was really fascinating to kind of compare the Google Play services on these two devices and how they've updated over time. And like now Google Play Music is YouTube Music and things like that. I definitely remember around this time, one thing that I was thinking about earlier today is how the folder has gone from very much more productivity focused to a lot more media focused, and how, again, I remember during that time how Google was very much marketing itself as kind of being like an office in your pocket, to now being a, kind of just like a media container in your pocket, kind of like a stage in your pocket or a movie theater in your pocket and things like that. So you've got like, check that out. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, check that out. Blast from the past. You've got docs and sheets, and not that those apps are not still available, but those are not necessarily the primary apps that show up in Google Play services immediately when you open your device, your Android device. That's the interesting thing. And like Drive is there, and Drive is kind of like, you know, there are things that are there to be like, okay, this is still a productivity device. You know, there are things, you know, Drive is there, you got your Gmail, you got your, you know, your files and your contacts. And, you know, the things that I was joking about was like, okay, like, you know, like you've got your calendar and your contacts. So if you need to like get your meeting, or, you know, you need to know when you're, you know, you need to know, you know, what time you need to be in the office or whatever, you still got things like that around. You know, if you need, you know, you've got, you know, Google's going to pull up, obviously Google's going to pull up, you know, your search engine and things like that. So you've got, you know, all of the most important the most important Google apps still available to you, but those really specific apps that kind of show you what Google era you're in. This is your 2015, 2016 versus 2021, 2022, or 2020, 2021, now going into 2022. That is pretty much the gist of this video. And like I said, me rambling on about these two relics from the past. I do hope that you enjoyed, and I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know what you think about these devices and Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow and Google Play services from 2016. And if you'd like to see more content like this and more content from more current products, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.
Yeah.